Before this video continues and before your mind jumps to the next thing, I invite you to do something radical. Just for 5 seconds, stop. Stop scrolling, stop planning, stop thinking. Take one slow, deliberate breath in and out. Now listen, not to my voice, but to the space between my words. The silence. What do you feel in that quiet? Is it a void you need to fill? Or is it potential? Is it peace? If that moment of silence felt like coming home, then this is for you. You've likely heard it your whole life, in a dozen different ways. Why are you so quiet at a family gathering? You should speak up more in a performance review. Are you okay? From a well-meaning friend at a party. These questions aren't just questions, they are subtle accusations. They land like tiny paper cuts, each one suggesting that you are lacking, that you are broken. You're labeled as shy, aloof, sad, or worst of all, uninterested. This label is stuck to you, a heavy coat you never chose to wear. But you and I know the truth. Inside your head, it is anything but quiet. It's a vibrant, complex ecosystem of thoughts, a library of observations, a cinema of daydreams. The real reason you're silent in a loud meeting isn't because you have nothing to contribute. It's because your mind is a deep lake and you're waiting for the ripples of chatter to calm down so you can see clearly. You're not quiet because you lack words. You're quiet because words have weight, and you're constantly, subconsciously, performing a complex calculation. Is this interaction worth the energy it will cost me? You feel social energy not as an infinite well, but as a finite battery. Some days you wake up fully charged, ready for anything. But other days, due to poor sleep, emotional stress, or just life, you wake up with that battery icon already blinking red at 20%. And on those days, every single unnecessary word feels like a monumental expense. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a simplified way of understanding a very real concept in neuroscience: cognitive load and energy budgeting. Your brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision-making, social interaction, and focus, is an energy hog. It consumes about 20% of your body's total energy, despite being only 2% of your body weight. It has a finite budget of glucose and oxygen to spend each day. Every task, no matter how small, makes a withdrawal. Think of your daily energy as a glass of water. For some people, social interactions are like tiny sips. For you, they might be like pouring out a third of the glass at once. Why? It often comes down to depth of processing. Introverts and highly sensitive people tend to process information more deeply. You're not just hearing the words in a conversation, you're analyzing tone, body language, subtext, and potential outcomes all at once. It's like running multiple complex software programs in the background. This makes certain activities high-drain apps. Small talk is a classic example. It requires the immense effort of constant social monitoring for a very low return of meaningful connection. It's all processing, no payoff. Other high-drain apps include noisy open-plan offices, crowded supermarkets, and group events with no clear purpose. They are an assault of sensory data that your brain must tirelessly filter. On the flip side, some activities are chargers. These aren't necessarily passive. A deep, one-on-one conversation about a shared passion can feel incredibly replenishing. Why? Because the focus is narrow and the connection is authentic. The energy expenditure feels justified, meaningful. It's a worthy investment. Other charges are more obvious: solitude, reading a book, walking in nature, engaging in a creative hobby. These activities lower the cognitive load and allow your prefrontal cortex to rest and recover. So when you retreat into silence, you're not being antisocial. You are a skilled, intuitive energy manager. Your brain is automatically trying to prevent an overdraft, to save its precious resources for the tasks it deems truly important. You are not avoiding people. You are avoiding a state of cognitive and emotional bankruptcy. Understanding this is the first step. The next is to move from being a passive victim of your energy levels to an active architect of them. It begins with 3 gentle micro-actions. Action 1. Conduct a personal energy audit. For the next 3 days, become a quiet observer of your own life. Carry a small notebook or use a notes app. Draw two columns, drains and charges. Whenever you feel a significant dip in your energy, pause and ask, what was I just doing? Who was I with? What was the environment like? Write it in the drains column. Be specific, not just work, but the weekly status meeting where everyone talks over each other. Not just family, but making small talk with my uncle about politics. Similarly, when you feel a sense of calm, focus, or replenishment, note that down in the charges column. Maybe it was the 10 minutes you spent looking out the window with a cup of tea, or listening to a specific album. The goal here is not to judge or to immediately eliminate all drains. That's impossible. The goal is data. Awareness is the first step to control. You can't manage what you don't measure. Action 2. Master the art of the polite boundary. Your no is your most powerful energy preservation tool. But many of us are taught that saying no is selfish. Let's reframe that. Saying no to the wrong things allows you to say a powerful, energetic yes to the right things. For social invitations you want to decline, try, "Thank you so much for thinking of me. I won't be able to make it, but I hope you have a wonderful time." That's it. No lengthy excuse needed. If you need to leave an event early, don't just disappear. Find the host and say, "I've had such a lovely time. I need to head out now, but thank you again for having me." You can also set boundaries on conversations. If a colleague starts a gossip session that drains you, you can say, "I've got to focus on this report right now, but let's catch up later." Action 3. Schedule proactive recharging. Most of us live our lives in energy debt. We wait until our battery is completely dead, feeling irritable, overwhelmed, and foggy, before we finally give ourselves permission to rest. This is reactive. We need to become proactive. Look at your calendar for the coming week. Where are the known drain activities? A big presentation, a mandatory social event? Now schedule a charger activity before and after it. This could be as simple as 15 minutes of silent commute, no podcast, no music, before a big meeting, or scheduling a do-nothing evening for yourself after a week of intense socializing. Literally block it out in your calendar. Solo recharge time. Treat these appointments with yourself with the same seriousness as you would an appointment with a doctor. They are non-negotiable. They are essential maintenance for your mental and emotional well-being. These practical steps are powerful, but the single most profound shift you can make is internal. It requires no scheduling, no scripts. It can happen right now. Reframe your quietness from a negative absence to a positive presence. You are not less than the loudest person in the room. You simply operate on a different frequency. They are broadcasting on FM radio, loud and for everyone. You are like a deep space telescope, quietly scanning the universe for faint, meaningful signals. When you are silent in a group, you are not empty. You are absorbent. You are a sponge, soaking in the dynamics, the unspoken tensions, the subtle shifts in emotion that everyone else is too busy talking to notice. Your silence isn't a wall that keeps people out. It is a filter. A highly sophisticated, finely tuned filter. It filters out the noise, the performance, the triviality, the energy vampires. It protects your inner world. This filtration process allows you to save your absolute best, your most creative solutions, your sharpest insights, your deepest empathy, your most authentic self, for the moments and the people that truly deserve it. Stop calling yourself quiet or shy. Start using more accurate, more powerful words. You are not quiet, you are observant. You are not antisocial, you are selectively social. You are not shy, you are discerning. You are not aloof, you are calm. This is not just a word game. Words create your reality. When you change the label, you change the story. And when you change the story, you change your life. So the next time the world feels too loud and the pressure to participate feels overwhelming, remember that glass of water. Remember that you are in control of how you pour it out. You get to decide which interactions are worthy of your precious finite energy. The next time someone asks you, "Why are you so quiet?" you don't have to launch into a defensive explanation. You can just offer a small, knowing smile, because you know the truth. You're not being quiet. You're in conservation mode. You are a guardian of your inner peace. You're not a bug in a system designed for extroverts. You are a different kind of operating system altogether, one that prioritizes depth over breadth and meaning over noise. Just slow down, trust your natural rhythm, and give yourself unconditional permission to conserve your energy for what truly, deeply matters.